Today on ABC4 Utah News at 4, high winds are not just causing trouble for Utah drivers, but blowing in a big storm tonight. And a devastating house fire kills 3 people in southern Utah. We'll show you the flames and take you to the scene coming up. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nadia Crow. And we have live team coverage on all of this windy weather we're seeing across the state. You can see just how windy it is as we take a live look through our Host Vision Tower Cam. You can see the flag just blowing there, and the camera itself is shaking. As you can imagine, the wind is causing a lot of trouble by knocking out power for thousands of people and shutting down Interstate 80 west and eastbound lanes from Tooele County to Nevada. It's all ahead of a storm that's rolling in. For more about what's ahead, we go to Chief Meteorologist Dan Pope, who's live in the Weather Center. Now, Dan, this is a far cry from warm and sunny weather we saw just yesterday.
And we warned you of the possibility of high winds today. And
right, thanks, Dan. And the storm that's about to roll through the area is already causing destruction. Let's head out to Good for Utah's Alana Brophy. She's live from Parley's Canyon. Alana, what are you seeing out there right now? And those strong winds have caused a massive multi-vehicle crash out west today. Good for Utah's Kimberly Nelson joins us live from Tooele County. Kimberly, we understand that parts of I-80 are closed right now. And stay with us right here on ABC4 Utah News for continuing weather coverage. We'll check back in with Dan later in the show and watch for live updates at 5, 6, and 10. 3 people are dead after an overnight house fire in southern Utah. It happened at 4568 North Pioneer Drive in Enoch. Good for Utah's Tasmin Mahfouz is live from the scene. Tasmin, I can imagine this has been a very emotional day. Still ahead, we have the latest on the pool of candidates for the 2016 race for the White House. We'll take you to the campaign trail with potential candidates in Iowa and New Hampshire next. Hillary Clinton just wrapped up the first official event of her 2016 presidential campaign. Clinton started her day meeting with a small group of voters at a coffee house in LeClaire, Iowa. She ordered a non-alcoholic tea drink, but jokes that she's going to, quote, drink my way across Iowa. She plans to hold off having big rallies until next month. Until then, the campaign will feature small events that will allow her to speak to individual voters. Among those she spoke with was LeClaire Mayor Bob Scannell, who calls himself an independent.
I always vote.
Florida Senator Marco Rubio, who announced his bid for the GOP presidential nomination last night, was back at work today on Capitol Hill. Meanwhile, a potential Republican candidate, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, is on a 2-day trip to New Hampshire. Up next, we'll tell you how local law enforcement is helping children with the upcoming event, Cops for Kids. All right, thanks, Dan. Protect and serve. It's the mission of every police department. But West Valley City takes serving to a different level each year for the Cops for Kids event. Joining us now is Sergeant Steve O'Cam from West Valley City Police. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So this is a fun event that you guys look forward to each year. What is Cops for Kids?
It's a fundraiser for the Children's Justice Center of Salt Lake County. And they're an organization that we work with in investigating child abuse and sex crimes, and that's where we facilitate all the interviews and counseling and follow-up care for all the children that are victimized throughout the county.
That's a hard thing to investigate, I'm sure, for officers, but you want to be able to give back, and you've decided to do that in an interesting way.
Yes, every year we have an event called Cops for Kids, and Sizzler Restaurant Company, they've been fantastic. They've worked with us for years. I think 8 or 10 years now.
Yeah.
And all their waiters and waitresses and staff donate all the tips and everything they make for an entire evening to the Children's Justice Center.
How much do you guys are you usually able to bring for that fundraising effort?
It's a competition between the police departments because we have South Jordan, West Jordan, Salt Lake City.
It's a friendly competition.
It's friendly, of course. All friendly. Yes. Last year we got beat by West Jordan.
Oh no!
They are always the lead, I think. But we took a close second.
What are you going to do to beat them this year?
Work hard.
Yeah. Yeah. You've got to put some bigger smiles on your faces and get bigger tips.
Exactly. I think last year we collected in West Valley $2,500 or so.
That's awesome.
And amongst all of us, it was about $10,000.
Great. And all going back to the Children's Justice Center.
Yes. They're funded partially by the legislature, and then part of their income is from grants and donations and benefits and charities, and They are our most important partner when it comes to working special victims crimes with the children, and we absolutely love those guys.
Do you have some really good success stories, seeing a kid who was in an unfortunate situation and then going through some of those programs and coming out on top?
You know, I can't tell you a name right now because a lot of that stuff is confidential.
Absolutely.
We deal with just a certain segment of the investigation. Those guys are one-stop shopping at the Children's Justice Center. They offer counseling, physical help, mental help, emotional, all kinds of things to aid in the recovery for as long as it takes for the child and their family, because it affects everyone, not just the child themselves.
If somebody's watching at home, they want to participate, maybe they're not up for serving at Sizzler, how can they reach out?
They can donate to the Children's Justice Center online, but we'd love to see them at the Sizzler.
Yeah.
We have all the guys in uniform. We'll take pictures. We give out stuffed animals. Frank, the manager at the West Valley Sizzler, is the man. He has a friend that has designed miniature police cars that have working lights and sirens and stickers.
Good reason to go out?
Yeah, we raffle some of those off. We give some away. It's just a great event all the way around. So I would encourage anybody to come out. If you can't eat, come say hi, take a picture, and we'll explain how it works. And
will you have a Kiss the Cook apron on?
no, probably not. We thought about the kissing booth before, but being in uniform, I don't know how well that would go over. So
you guys would have racked up tons of money.
I know. I have some guys that would really do well. But
that would have been a good gig.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, when and where is the event?
It's this Thursday. It starts at 4 p.m., goes till about 8:30. And the Sizzler in West Valley, which is the one everyone should go to.
Absolutely.
Not Salt Lake City or West Jordan.
Don't go anywhere else.
Is 3429 South Redwood Road. We'll have the police cars out front. There will be banners and lights and everything going. It shouldn't be hard to spot.
You can't miss it.
And that restaurant holds a few hundred people.
Good. So you can bring the whole family out.
Even if there's a line in the door, it'll go fast. Just come see us.
All right. If you have bad service, this is the man you want to talk to. Sergeant O'Kam, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us. I appreciate it.
Still to come on ABC4 Utah News, find out new guidelines for saving water in the state's capital. A lack of snowfall this past winter means not enough water, so Mayor Becker puts a plan into action. We'll tell you about it coming up.
Welcome back to 4 at 4. Well, of course, it is Tuesday, so what does that mean to you?
It's time for celebrity gossip, and we're talking about Dancing with the Stars.
I've got the tan done, my friend. Well, last night was the happiest place on earth. It was Disney Week, and it was transforming Dancing with the Stars ballroom into a mouse house. Despite a solid performance this week, Suzanne Summers and her partner got the boot like no tomorrow. Mickey Mouse was like, "You are out of here." The Mirror Ball trophy is no longer in their reach.
Oh.
Now, you know, I'm never going to go a week without talking about Miss Patti LaBelle.
And we just saw her in that beautiful yellow dress.
Stunning. She has a knee injury. She actually had a bit of a cry on the show on the look back from last week.
Yeah.
And it broke my heart because let me tell you, she's 70 years of age and she is rocking it.
She is moving and grooving.
Yeah, she did a beautiful routine last night. But we have to keep going. Tom Hanks' wife, Rita Wilson, says she was recently diagnosed with breast cancer. It is in a statement to People magazine, the 58-year-old actress revealed that she underwent a bilateral mastectomy and reconstruction last week for breast cancer. She also told People that she's expected to make a full recovery because she caught it early and got a second opinion.
Good for her.
Now, we have been talking about Taylor Swift's mum, that there was no confirmation that it was breast cancer for her. But when these celebrities come out, Nadia, it is all power to them.
It is.
Because it encourages people to have a conversation.
And they called it the Angelina effect when after she had her double mastectomy, so many women calling their doctors, asking them if they're in line, if they have that BRCA gene, what they should do. They have a lot of power.
Super, super important. Well, talking about someone else who I think is really important is Pink, the singer, and her husband, BMX rider Carrie Hart, posed for pictures on the red carpet at the John Wayne 30th Annual Odyssey Ball over the weekend, but Pink wore a black dress. Now, I'm bringing this up because it featured a plunging neckline, but sadly, not everyone liked the pop star's look. The singer tweeted on Sunday a photo with her daughter Willow, as well as, let me read this, "I can see that some of you are concerned about my weight and your comments regarding that issue. While I admit that the dress didn't photograph as it did in my kitchen, I will also admit that I felt very pretty. In fact, I feel beautiful."
Good
the
for
reason
her.
why she was being fat shamed on the internet, it was so sad. But let me also tell you, she's off her performance because she's no longer touring. Give her a break. Let her relax.
Home. She's got beautiful curves.
There was a lot to talk about, and I still miss stories.
Oh boy, we'll have to check out more on
the wind beneath my wings.
story. Coming up, today's top stories. And after an extremely dry winter, Mayor Ralph Becker wants to introduce new water restrictions to people living in Salt Lake. That's next at 4:30. But right now, let's take a live look through our Hubs Vision Tower cam, and you can see that dusty windstorm back there. We'll talk more about what's happening with our weather and the storm that's ahead after the break.